Hey folks, welcome back to the channel and another episode of Match Roast with Mordecai, where I break down stages, talk tactics, and point out mistakes to help you get better at Cowboy Action. Today, I made the journey out to the Badlands Bar 3 in English, Texas to shoot with the Dooley Gang at their first match of 2023. This club shoots the fourth weekend of each month, and T-Bone comes up with some real interesting stages, so be sure to check it out if you can. If not, no worries, that's what I'm here for. Here's what you missed on the range. Okay, so for stage one, we are starting at the Petticoat Junction with the shotgun on the left, rifle stage on the left side of the counter, and pistols stage on the right side of the counter. The starting position is at the stove with the shotgun in hands and 2 rounds loaded. At the beep, engage the 2 shotgun targets, then move to the rifle. Double tap the left 2 targets, single tap the center target, and then repeat on the opposite bank. Move to the pistols and repeat the rifle instructions. So most of this is laid out for you already, but there's still a couple things to consider. So, before we get into it, let's see what happened.
Way to go, sister.
I got one for both of you. Stand by.
Thanks, sir. All right, solid start. I will say that I don't have a lot of experience starting with the shotgun already loaded, so this is a good example of why you should venture out if you can. Anyway, the big thing for me on this stage is the shotgun to rifle transition and where to place the rifle on the shelf, because there isn't a whole lot of room to work with. To make this transition, I roll the shotgun into my left hand and angle the buttstock up and to the right so that I can cross over the rifle and set the shotgun against the wall. I could have put my rifle against the wall and used the left side for my shotgun, but this way we have plenty of room to discard the rifle before moving to the pistols. Another thing to consider is the target order. For the rifle, it made more sense to sweep the targets left to right, so there's only one movement to the left, but for the pistols, you can avoid the big swing by starting with the far right target on the second pistol. Anyway, I was pretty happy with a 1490, so let's move on. Stage 2 is at the Asylum, where we have pistols holstered, shotgun in a wall box, and starting with the rifle in hands. At the beep, shoot 2 sweeps with the last 2 rounds on the farthest target in the middle of the stage. Repeat with the pistols, and then knock down the shotgun targets from each side of the stage. There is a wall box on either side that you can choose from, but there is no table or anything in the middle for your rifle. Ooh. So, let's see what happened.
Man, it's raining.
Stand by.
Two, three, 1, 2. Counter save. Clean.
Alrighty, so sorry in advance about the stage lines for the rest of the day. No one could seem to remember them, and it was raining and cold that day if my burst of creativity didn't give it away. Anywho, so here we are trying new things. The only way to avoid going to a wall box between the rifle and pistols was to set the rifle on the ground, which at first made me super uncomfortable. But there is a pretty big lip on the window trim, and I grew a pair after watching some of the other shooters do it. It is solid when you place it correctly, and I took an extra heartbeat just to be sure. I did manage to catch my right shirt pocket on the stock of the rifle, so I need to not wear this shirt again or cut the pocket off or buy a vest, something. The point is, don't have an exposed open top pocket over your dominant breast or chest area. You know what I meant. Anyway, it's also a good idea to take an extra second to aim at those far targets so you don't accidentally buy yourself a 5-second bonus. And I used the left box for the shotgun so that I could be running to the right while shucking. Southpaws obviously reverse that. That left me with a 23:12, which doesn't sound amazing on paper, but it was the fastest stage time, so I'll take it. Let's move on. Okay, stage 3 is at Billy Boot's freight office, where we don't need no stinking shotgun. It's just rifle and pistols. Starting with the rifle staged at the back of the wagon and pistols staged at the front, the instructions say shoot each targets 2 times each. No double taps. Move to the front of the wagon and repeat rifle instructions with the pistols. So the buffalo in the back and the big thing in the middle isn't the target for this stage, so I'm not sure if these are the wrong instructions or T-Bone is just messing with us, but basically you just alternate the large chickens. Or at least that's what we all collectively decided. Let's see how it went.
Uncart the bottom. Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, no double taps.
Stand by.
125, 135.
1390. Counter say clean.
Okay, so for this stage, we're focusing on fundamentals. The rifle is staged pointing at the first target, and I'm in my shooting stance in line with the rifle. I'm looking at the trigger guard of the rifle when the timer goes off so that I can make sure my hands are set, and then I can roll the rifle up into my line of sight as I lever the action. From there, the challenge is mostly mental, reining yourself in and aiming at the targets. Even though they are pretty big, the distance is meaningful and they're funky shaped, so it's super important to make sure you have your sight picture before you pull the trigger. For the pistols, we have the standard tabletop transition. We start with both handles set to the right so that I can grab with my strong hand, and then we discard with the left hand. Both of these things can be practiced with dry fire, but things are always different under pressure, so don't be discouraged if practice doesn't translate immediately. Anyway, my final time was 1390, which might have been faster, but shaving seconds only works if you hit everything. Let's move on. Stage 4 is at the infamous Sibo's Chicken Chateau, where we have the standard loadout and everything staged, but the gun order, gun position, and starting position is all shooter's choice. The pattern, the instructions say shoot all targets in any order. If you don't have any misses, you won't have to use your shotgun. All targets must be hit. A miss is a miss. So I think we were just meant to shoot the knockdowns with our pistols or rifle, but the way the posse interpreted it was that you don't have to shoot the shotgun targets, you just put the last 4 rounds on a chicken. But if you miss a chicken with any of those 20 shots, you must then go shoot all 4 shotgun targets. So if you thought accuracy was important on the last round, it's even more so here. Let's see how it went.
Can't miss none of them chickens.
Stand by. 2475 and 1.
Dang it, that sucked. Okay, so I've made some poor choices here, and because of how we read the rules, misses cost over 10 seconds rather than the usual 5 because of the extra time shooting the shotgun targets. There are 16 of these chickens, and if you can't tell, they are ridiculously small, weirdly shaped, and the area between the head and tail is famous for attracting errant rounds. I set my guns out under the assumption that I was going to take my time and not worry about shooting the shotgun targets, which was clearly a mistake. I was super deliberate with the rifle while still managing to keep up a good pace, but I guess I got too cocky or something because that pistol miss ruined everything. I have noticed myself getting a little sloppy with my pistol work, so I may need to make that the focus of practice for a while to make sure I'm focusing on the front sight and getting on target. Funny side note though, I did notice that the blades on the rear sights of my Blackhawks are different while loading for the next stage. Basically, one has the standard sight, and apparently Ruger makes wide sight blades for Blackhawks, which I was unaware of. So now I'm questioning all the misses I've had for the past year and wondering if it was the wide or the narrow sight. More than likely it's my fault, but it's nice to blame the equipment every once in a while. A little funny it's taken me this long to notice. Anyway, a 29.75 was pretty embarrassing, so let's just try to forget that and move on. Stage 5 was at the Iron Maiden, where we had the standard loadout, pistols holstered, rifle in the middle, and shotgun wherever. Starting with hands touching the rifle, the pattern is 2 Nevada sweeps, one on the left and one on the right, using the center target as a common target. Move to opening and repeat rifle instructions with the pistol, retrieve shotgun, and knock them down. Okay, so looks like we're back to normal here. Let's see how it went.
I love it when that happens.
I forgot the line, but I'm sure it's great.
Stand by.
1
97, counter say, clean.
Okay, so full disclosure here, I don't think I even saw the platform for the shotgun on the right when I was making my own plans, so full credit to Jack High Homer for giving me that idea. I know everyone has their own preferences on shooting order, but I like to watch all the fast shooters go first if I can. You don't get any points for going early, and sometimes you get little gems like this. But sometimes it's a trap. You see, Homer's a lot taller than me, with longer legs and arms. So when he stepped into the opening, he was farther over and close enough to grab his shotgun without moving. When I was running the stage, I was pretty far to the left, just far enough to clear the center window. So I had to take another step to get to the shotgun. I could have taken that step in between pistols if I'd planned it, or really a better idea would have been to leave the shotgun in the middle window so I could take a step closer to the shotgun targets. So the moral of the story is, just because something works for another shooter doesn't mean it will work the same for you. Dang tall people. Anyway, with a final time of 1477, I'm back in the game, so let's move on to the final stage. Stage 6 was originally in the open rain and mud, and since this is supposed to be fun, we decided to skip the hassle and made up a stage in the same bay on the spot. This time, the gun order is pistol, rifle, shotgun, starting in the opening at Texas Surrender. With the pistols, shoot the off-color target once, then double tap the other 4, then put the last round on the off-color target again. Then rifle same as pistol and knock down the shotgun targets. So nothing too crazy. Let's see what happened.
Set him off!
Stand by.
Up, run.
1689 and clean.
Okay, so if I was shooting this again, I would have started farther to the right and taken a step to the left in between the pistols. I also would have started on the far left target after switching pistols, since the instructions didn't give a specific order for the double taps. Anyway, my main focus for this stage was footwork. When I watch some of the top shooters move short distances like this, they keep their shoulders square and sidestep rather than turn their bodies. On the transition to the rifle, I did take a small step back with my right foot, but then that left step did most of the heavy lifting. The transition to the shotgun is a little better, but I still did a stutter step while putting the rifle down before starting the real movement. The point is, I'm still figuring out distances and building muscle memory, so it's something I need to practice more on the clock. If you're trying to improve your footwork, having someone video for you is a huge help. Watching from the third person makes it much easier to see where your feet are and how you move from one station to the next. And I've yet to be in a posse where someone wasn't willing to help. Anyway, a 1689 is solid, so on to the final scores. At the end of the day, I managed to eke out the top shooter spot with a 113.33. I was really kicking myself after missing that chicken on stage 4, but you have to put stuff like that out of your mind until you're done shooting. It's not over till it's over, and if you stay consistent, you can still come out ahead. Big thanks to Bisley Thumbbuster for holding the camera on every stage. It's real hard to make these videos without a little help, and I promise to start giving people credit going forward. Anyway, I think that's it for today. If you like the video and want more, be sure to check out the rest of my match roast videos, or drop me a comment if you have thoughts or questions. Oh yeah, and hit that like and subscribe button to activate the YouTube voodoo. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you all on the range.